The first thing we need to do in order to get our homework assignments uploaded to Google Drive is we have to go to the App Store and we have to download the Genius Scan Plus app. So we're going to go to search. We are going to type Genius Scan, and I'm going to look for when Genius Scan Plus pops up. It has not popped up yet, but as soon as I hit a space, I can see Genius Scan Plus. I'm going to go ahead and click on Genius Scan Plus, and I see Genius Scan Plus right here. You can see the plus in the name, the plus on the icon versus no plus and no plus. This is the free version of Genius Scan. It will do a lot of the same things that the Plus version will do, but one thing the free version will not do is it will not export directly to Google Drive, which you really need it to do. The Plus version for me shows the cloud icon because I've previously paid for and downloaded this app. For you, the price will appear here as of the making of this video. I believe the price is $7.99 or $8.99. Either way, you'll go ahead and click on the price, and then your phone will ask you to confirm the purchase either with a Apple ID and password or face scan. So go ahead and click on the price. I'm going to right now click on this cloud icon, and I'm going to go ahead and let this download. Once that has downloaded, you will see the open button. I'm going to go ahead and click on the open to open the app, and I'm going to do some preliminary setup of the app. I'm going to go into the settings wheel up here. I am going to go first to general. I am going to change the default filter to black and white. I want the default filter on black and white. The page dimension, I'm going to go ahead and change that from fit to letter. Letter is just the standard 8.5 by 11. Scan, you can mess around with some of the other things here. It's not really necessary. For instance, if you want to set up Face ID so that you have to scan your face when you open the app, you can do that here. I'm going to skip that for now. I'm going to go back to General. I'm going to hit back. I am then going to go to Export so I can link my Google Drive account with the app. I'm going to go ahead and find Google Drive down here in the list. Google Drive is there. I'm going to click on it. I am then going to click Login. I'm going to click Continue, and that message pops up. I am then going to log in with a new account here. Let me do that now. I'm going to hit Next. I'm going to enter in my password. I'm going to hit Next. I'm going to allow Genius Scan permission to my app. I'm going to hit Allow. So now I am logged into Google Drive. I'm going to go ahead and hit back, and I'm going to hit Settings and Help up here. I'm going to hit Done up there, and now I am ready to create my first document. So what I am now going to do, let me get that out of the way. What I am now going to do is I'm going to hit this plus button. The plus button is the button that you hit when you want to set up a new document. I'm going to make sure that my document, it's going to ask me if I want permission, if I want to give permission to use the camera. I'm going to hit OK. I want to make sure that my document is all set. I'll give you a quick view of what I have here. I have my bubble sheet and I have my test booklet, so they are ready to go. Now all I am going to do is I am going to lift my phone up until the sheet is roughly centered in the screen, and Genius Scan is going to do all of the work. I don't need to touch anything. I'm actually moving this around on purpose because I don't want it to scan yet, but I don't need to touch anything. I just need to get that thing in the screen, and then you'll see a bolded border circle around there. Now notice that scan did go in sideways. I can fix that later. I'm going to fix that later, so let me put this aside. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my test booklet. I'm going to scan the passage that bubble sheet corresponds to. It corresponds to passage 2, so I'm going to go ahead and scan the first page of passage 2. Again, Genius Scan will do all the work. Just going to see that bolded outline roll around the page, and when it does, I know the scan has been taken. There's the scan, and now I'm going to do the next page. And again, Genius Scan will do all the work. Let me move this up a little bit so that there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to hit done. I'm going to hit done over here. And I do need to do a little bit of, I do not want to give a review right now. I do need to do a little bit of editing of the document and of the name of the document. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this little wand here, and I am going to first of all rotate this to the right so that it is right side up. I am going to swipe to make sure my other pages look good. They do. Now there are a bunch of other filters and formats that you can mess around with here if you need to clean anything up. So for instance, if by some chance the scan didn't come out well, you can click on filters down here. So right now I'm on edit. You can click on filters and you can sort of run through these filters. There's the color filter that obviously doesn't look very good. There's the photo filter that looks pretty good. Here is no filter. That's just what we captured with the camera. That also looks good, but we set this app up by default to be in black and white, and generally the black and white filter will give the best scans. That's why we set it up like that. If we go to format, it's already in letter format. That's what we want it in, so we shouldn't have to mess with anything there. I'm going to go back to edit. If by some chance the edges of the page are not nice and crisp and the scan didn't get the full page, we can click on recrop. And in recrop, we can sort of mess around with, if I just drag and drop this, or I should just say drag, I don't have to drop it. If I just drag that corner to wherever I want it to, I can recrop the page as is necessary. So it's cropped perfectly, so I'm going to go ahead and hit done down here. And again, that's pretty much all of the filters that you might have to use, all of the different formats that you might have to use. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here. I'm going to click the title of the document and I'm going to change it. What I want to do is I want to get rid of the time. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and I'm going to enter in I'm going to leave the date and I'm going to enter in a description. I'm going to go ahead and enter A1674H. That's the form code of this test. I'm going to go ahead and enter section 3. This is the reading section, section 3. I'm going to go ahead and enter passage 2 because that's what I just scanned, and I'm going to rename it. So now it is called the date, the form code, the section, and the passage. And now I'm going to go back into documents, and now I'm actually going to export it. The export button is down here, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on that button, and I'm going to go down into the list and I'm going to find Google Drive. I do want it to notify me when the export has completed. I am therefore going to allow Genius Scan to send me notifications. Now, I'm going to go into this next screen and I'm going to see My Drive. And if I click on My Drive, I don't see the folder that I want to upload this to. I want to upload this to the homework folder that was set up to me, but I don't see that here. What I need to make sure I do is I need to go into Google Drive with the account that I am logged in on in Genius Scan, and I'm going to go to Shared with Me because the homework folder will be shared with you by your tutor, and I can see in Shared with Me the homework upload folder that was shared with me. So I'm going to click on that, and in fact I'm going to right click and I'm going to see Add to My Drive. I can also do that up here with this button. So again, if I click on it and then click Add to My Drive, it is now added to my drive. I'm going to go back into Genius Scan. I'm going to cancel out of this, and then I'm going to go to the export button again. I'm going to find Google Drive. It should now be at the top of the list. And now when I click on My Drive here, I am going to go ahead and see that homework folder that I just added to my drive. You have to make sure that it's added to your drive or else the folder will not show up in Genius Scan. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that homework folder. I'm going to click on select, and now I'm going to click send. And what is going to happen is it's going to export to Google Drive, and then it's going to give me the notification that it has exported. And then if I go into Google Drive, I will see the document. There's the document. So that is basically it for using GeniusScan to upload your homework assignments to Google Drive.